My name is Jesse Jensen. I am the director of the University of Sioux Falls fall production of Love Slavers Lost. I am a huge fan of classical theater, and I think classical theater allows us to explore themes that are sort of universal. And the students that I'm working with have done a great job of taking language that is 500 years old and making their interpretation and then presenting it to a modern audience. The concept is we're sharing how Elizabethans lived in their culture and what they believed in, but then also making our own choices to share that and still find the comedy, the love, the themes of duty, themes of seeking fame that still exist today. My favorite part is getting to work with an entirely new community. I've been working in Sioux Falls as a director for the last 10-ish years, working with the Premier Playhouse. I've done shows with Vermilion Community Theater as well, but before that, I was in Chicago, working with Chicago Shakespeare Theater, Raven Theater, also Piven Theater Workshop. So anytime I get to work with a new community, I learn new things. I learn a different culture. I'm getting to work with college students again, which I haven't done for a long time. And so I'm getting a kind of a sneak peek into that generation and how they're exploring theater and using theater to communicate and find well-being and just to really explore themselves as artists. We're using bananas as a weapon, and that tends to be the crowd favorite, or at least the cast favorite in rehearsals right now. Theater evolves. Theater is an art, and every generation uses it their own way to communicate and express the world that they're experiencing. So, the way I had approached Shakespeare in the past isn't the same that these students are and emerging artists are exploring this text, and they're making choices that I would have never made, that generations before me had never made, and I think that's what's the most exciting part about it. Shakespeare also predates a lot of scientific and social revolutions that have occurred before his time. So you have to understand the context, what the society of that time believed, and that takes a lot of theater history work. Dr. Paulson has been fantastic in helping us with the dramaturgical work and helping our young artists understand the context of what they're talking about. You might read something and think, oh boy, they're talking about this thing that's current today, but really that thing didn't exist. It's just something that sort of translates from that time to this time. So I would say when it comes to approaching a classical piece of literature, there's more research up front that you have to do because you need to know the language like you do contemporary language. So I would say when it comes to upfront research and then preparation from rehearsal, it's about 3 to 4 hours of prep per hour of rehearsal.